Hey, puppy people, Jude the Puppy Nanny here. We're going to talk about handling your new puppy today. Hugging and restraint. Sounds like a no-brainer, doesn't it? I mean, doesn't everyone want to pick up a puppy and hug it? I wonder how puppies feel about it. Don't know. But just for the sheer joy of it is why we hug them, but puppies need to be hugged and handled as much as possible for their own future good and yours too. Visits to the vet, grooming, and toenail clipping will all require considerable handling, so your best bet is to get your puppy comfortable with the idea right away. And just like everything else with training the newest member of your family, there's a proper way to go about this as well. So, when you're sitting down, pick your puppy up and hook your finger in his collar, holding him gently but firmly to you. Then run your free hand from the top of his head down his back, speaking to him quietly and soothingly. And after a few moments, and a kiss on the nose if you like, that'd be what I'd do, turn him on his back, touching his chest with your fingertips. And, this is a place where humming a little hum may be helpful, and it may increase your pup's sense of relaxation. Massage his belly and his groin area with your palm and fingertips, working your way down each hind leg to the foot. Handle the toes on each of his 4 feet separately, briefly at first, but gradually increasing the time so that you can play with his feet and he may actually come to enjoy it. You need to think calm and stay calm, because if your pup struggles or becomes vocal, do not release him. Calmly massage him until he is quiet, and then let him go using your release word, okay, or all done, or whatever word you have opted to use. If he has struggled, I strongly suggest that you repeat this exercise within the next 10 minutes or so. And if all goes well this time and you now have a relaxed, limp puppy, have a look in his ears, both of them. Open his mouth and run a finger along the outside of his teeth. Touch his genitals and his rear end and his tail. You may or may not need treats for this exercise. The message we're trying to get across here for the puppy is that hands equal good things. So, having said that you may not need treats, don't withhold them. By all means, use a few anyway, and tell your pup what a good boy he is. Hum a little gentle tune, speak quietly, breathe deeply. Take your time. This is a really important and wonderful bonding time for both you and your puppy. And once he has 4 on the floor again, briefly handle each of his 4 feet before releasing him to go play or chew a stuffed toy. And alternating play sessions and calming sessions is a really good idea. As a rule, dogs don't generalize very well, so handling sessions should be planned for a variety of places in your home, and be sure to include the whole family. You'll want to supervise the young children to make sure that these sessions remain calm and not turn into high-energy playtime, because there'll be lots of time for that. And if you have visitors who'd like to do it, please encourage them. They represent the future vet, groomers, and strangers in your pup's life. You can start by asking your adult family members to handle your pup, then children, and then gradually add the visiting women, men, and children in that order. What we're looking to achieve here is to have your puppy enjoy being handled, not merely tolerate it. Then it's probably time to introduce the brush. Certainly within a couple of days of beginning the handling exercise, put a brush on the floor and let your pup sniff it and investigate it. Talk to him encouragingly while he does and reward him with a little treat. The first time you pick up the brush, make one gentle motion with it down his back and say, "Oh, what a good boy, he's a puppy," and give him a treat, or something like that. Continue for a couple of additional strokes if he seems to be doing okay. And again, tell him what a good boy he is, give him a treat, and now put the brush away. It's the old leave him wanting more trick. Over the course of the week, increase the time gradually until you can brush him lightly all over his body. The next item is probably the thing that instills terror in more dogs than anything else I know of, and that's the toenail clippers. And it's just not necessary. So we're going to do it this way. After you've been handling Bozo's feet for a couple of days, try a variation of the routine we used with introducing him to the brush. Just put the clippers on the floor where he can check them out, and when he does, tell him he's a good boy and give him a treat. The next time he checks them out, pick up the clippers and clip them in the air. Say, "What a good boy, puppy," and give him a treat. Again, that's the end of it. The next time, you can touch a toe or two with the clippers. Tell him he's a good boy, give him a treat. The next time, clip off a tiny bit of, say, 2 toenails and give him a treat and tell him he's a good boy for each toe. That's the end of the session. And this process needs to continue until all of your pup's toenails have been clipped. Although it may seem like a long process to you for just one small thing, it can be accomplished over a day or two, and trust me on this, it will pay huge dividends in the end. If your pup is going to be a regularly walked city dog, concrete and asphalt help wear down his toenails, so you won't have to trim them quite as often. But if not, if he lives in the country, lucky boy, toenail clipping will become a lifelong activity for both of you. So the method I suggest will make it easy and enjoyable, and you will avoid all the stress and the howling and the hooting that can go on if you don't take the time to introduce the toenail clippers in an easy way. So that's it for this time. Ruff!